welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin. A few months ago I made a video called Monday Motivation, and it was like my top 10 hacks for motivation for whenever you find it hard to get through the daily grind and just do things that are helping you move towards your goals, or maybe you've experienced a little bit of failure, a little bit of defeat, and you need something to keep you going. Because that's the kind of place that I was in a few months ago, and I'm still kind of in that place right now. I asked you guys if you wanted me to make a failure board, and I got a lot of positive feedback for that. So here I am, here's today's video. We're gonna make a failure board, and the whole idea behind that is to take a bunch of famous people who are very successful and to look at their failures and just kind of highlight those instead of their successes, and also talk about their success as well. So if you're feeling a little discouraged, then this video is for you, and stick around and watch me make a failure board. So the only things you'll need are this like cardboard cutout. I got this at Target. Any kind works well. I know they have it at Joann's and Hobby Lobby also. You'll need some crafting supplies. A big bucket like this is really nice to have. And we have some glue and scissors and some glittery pens. I also went online and printed out some logos to help this failure board, to add a little dimension to it, and the 10 failures that we'll be doing today. So after I announce this, if you want to take a pause and go out and print some logos like the Starbucks logo or the Apple logo, you can go ahead and do that. The 10 failures we will be highlighting today are Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, Michael Jordan, Steve Jobs, Abraham Lincoln, Catherine Stockett, Lady Gaga, Colonel Sanders, Howard Schultz, and Walt Disney. I also got myself some nice pens, and these are Papermate, and I got them from Target. Don't forget your scissors. Let's get to it. Like this video, you might be seeing 2 more failure boards. And so then my idea is just to put like the failures, their names all around here, and then just like maybe some little quotes and the pictures. First up is Thomas Edison. His teacher said he was too stupid to learn anything. He had 1,000 unsuccessful attempts at trying to build the light bulb, and he is the most decorated inventor really in American history. He has hundreds and hundreds of inventions, with the light bulb probably being the most famous. I have not failed. I have just found 1,000 ways that don't work. J.K. Rowling once said, "Rock bottom is the foundation of which I built my life upon." She struggled with depression, being a single mother, finding enough food and housing and money for her child. And of course, this led to the brilliant novel Harry Potter, which she thought of on a train station. And the characters just came to her, the book just came to her. But even though she wrote it, she faced hundreds and hundreds of rejections, and it wasn't until one publisher discovered the book and he gave it to his daughter and said, "Do you think people would like this?" And she said, "Yes, Dad, you have to publish this." And so he did. And this book led to Harry Potter, which has been translated into more than 73 languages. It made $20 billion overall, and created J.K. Rowling's enormous platform, a platform that people love, the characters that people identify with. So I think that's just so cool. I think I'm gonna write J.K. Rowling's name in the middle. Michael Jordan. He was cut his sophomore year from his high school varsity basketball team. He missed 9,000 shots in his career, lost 300 games, and he's thought of as the greatest basketball player of all time. This is what we have so far. Steve Jobs, a college dropout, slept on the floor, fired from Apple, had to sell his Volkswagen to finance the startup of Apple. And as you all know, Apple is one of the most successful technology companies, traded on the New York Stock Exchange. The MacBook Pro, the iPhone, it's revolutionized all of our lives. What if Jobs just quit? What if he said, nah, it's not worth it to sell my Volkswagen? Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, often credited as being the trailblazer to end slavery, wrote the Emancipation Proclamation, was one of the greatest presidents in all our history. When he was 23, he lost his job. Whenever he was 39, he lost a senator seat. He lost in an election to be Speaker of the House for Illinois. He had all of these losses, but yet that didn't stop him. Catherine Stockett, author of The Help, a #1 New York Times bestseller that spent hundreds of weeks on the NYT bestsellers list, turned into a movie. 7 million copies sold, but not before she faced 60 rejections. If she stopped at number 59 of submitting to different literary agents, we wouldn't have this amazing book. Lady Gaga, one of the most amazing people in pop culture in my opinion. Record-breaking tours, sales, this whole entire makeup line, Born This Way, is named after her. She's won 5 Grammys, but she was told her songs would never be hits. She struggled with drugs and depression. Her boyfriend told her she would never be on the radio. I think we'll choose orange for Gaga. Finger-licking good Kentucky Fried Chicken, but it wasn't always that way for Colonel Sanders. He worked odd jobs for years. He owned a motel and restaurant that later got burned down in a fire. He had another business venture, a restaurant, and after the highway traffic changed on this one road, the restaurant eventually shut down. He was rejected by 1,009 different restaurants with his proposition for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now, even the President of the United States eats it. Number 9, Howard Schultz. One of my personal favorites, Starbucks. Can't live without it. Neither can like 9 million other people. I'm just making that number up. He raised capital to purchase Starbucks and was turned down by 217 of the 242 investors he approached. He said, "You have to have a tremendous belief in what you're doing and persevere." Without Howard, we would never have the ease of accessing a Frappuccino. And last but not least, Walt Disney, one of my biggest heroes. I love going to the parks. He was fired from a newspaper for not being creative enough. Is there anything more we need to say? The man was a genius. The creator of Mickey and Minnie. Brilliant, a revolutionary. That's what we think of him now. But because his idea was new and different, that's not what everybody else thought. The most magical place on earth. And there you have it, 10 failures from extraordinarily successful people, people that have gone on to change the world. I hope this inspires you in your quest to achieve your dreams. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please give this a thumbs up and we can make failure board number 2 and 3. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.